Greetings, Christ Church of Arlington, and happy Friday to you. I hope that you all have had a great week since Easter Sunday, encouraged by the good news of the resurrection. Jesus is risen. Now that we're past Easter, some of you may be wondering, like Tigger does to Winnie the Pooh, what happens now? You may recall that several weeks ago when we initially made our coronavirus ministry plan, it extended through Easter, and now that we're past Easter, we're now into phase 2 of that plan. So I want to tell you a little bit about what phase 2 is going to look like. Phase 2 is going to last from Easter until the stay-at-home order is taken back so that we can all enjoy coming back to the building to worship together. And after that point, we'll be in phase 3, and we're working on those details now. What is it going to look like to reincorporate as a church body? What is it going to look like for us to worship together safely here? We're working on some of those details now, but that's phase 3. Right now we're in phase 2. Let me tell you a little bit about what phase 2 is going to look like. We're emphasizing two things during phase 2 of the coronavirus ministry plan here at Christ Church: connection and generosity. It's going to look a lot like phase 1, especially with connection. With connection, we are going to continue recording the Sunday services for you to enjoy in your homes on Sunday mornings together. This is a way that we can encourage both family worship and also have a sense of corporate worship, as we know that we're all enjoying the Word together on Sunday at the same time. As far as the sermons, Jimmy's going to be preaching this week, and after he's done preaching this week, then I'll start preaching again on 1 Peter, picking up where we left off in chapter 3 of 1 Peter. We'll be continuing our sermon series, Out of Step with the World, exploring what Peter's message is for us in our time of exile. I'm looking forward to it. I'd ask your prayers for it, as there are some really interesting passages in 1 Peter. We should have a lot of fun together as we enjoy the rest of that book. So that's the worship services and the connection for Ministry Plan Phase 2. Also, we're going to continue to have Zoom meetings throughout the week and different Zoom offerings for you guys. One of the things we want to do is make sure that you're not overwhelmed by constant ministry activity. We really do want to enable this season to be one of restful reflection. We want to continue doing small things with excellence. But even with all that in mind, we want to continue to offer good opportunities for connection. So you can keep your eye on your email. That will be the place where we offer these updates and ministry opportunities for connection. So that's the connection part of Phase 2 ministry plan. Let me talk a little bit about generosity now. We're going to continue to encourage generosity. And first, I just want to again say thank you. You all have done an amazing job stepping up to this call, this challenge to be generous during hard times, and I thank you for that. It's been wonderful to see, especially because as you have been generous with the church, it's enabled us to continue to be generous with others. Because of your generous giving, we've continued to be able to support our missionaries, continue to be able to pay our hourly workers, our support staff, and I know that they deeply appreciate it. So thank you for your generosity, and please continue to be generous with the church so that we can be generous with others who are depending on us as an organization. There's another opportunity for generosity, and that's through the deacons. The deacons want to address one of the challenges that has come up as a part of the pandemic that we're going through, and that is food security. A number of people in our area are having trouble making ends meet and also having enough to eat. And so as a result of that, there's a lot more pressure put on some of the structures that support food security. The deacons are doing a fundraiser now to help with one of those organizations. We're going to support Columbia Baptist Food Pantry, where a few of our congregants have served in the past. So if you want to contribute to that as an act of generosity, you can mail a check to the Deacons Fund and the fundraiser written on it, or you can give directly to the Deacons Fund online. If you have any questions about those things, please reach out to the church office and we will attempt to help you to the best we can. So that's Ministry Plan Phase 2, connection and generosity. I've got one more update for you, and it's something that we've been working on for a while, even before the coronavirus pandemic started here, and it's part of our ministry infrastructure updates that we've been going through systematically since January. And one of the things that we have done as part of those updates is to create a new logo for Christ Church of Arlington. And I'm excited to show you that new logo. But before I show you the new logo, I want to take a bit of a trip down memory lane with you as we look at the logos of the past. First, this is the first logo that Christ Church of Arlington had. You can see it there. It is a shield with a cross in the middle of it. Some of you may remember that. After that logo, another logo that the church had is this one. You can see it there. Many of you are probably familiar with that one. You can see that we replaced the shield with the tower, which is part of our church architecture. Also, the centrality of the cross is there. After that logo, we changed to this logo, which is really a simplified version of the other logo. Again, you can see the tower, our church architecture, and also a little bit more centralized cross. And so with those logos as our history, I'm excited to unveil the new logo of Christ Church of Arlington, which is this. You can see that it has a number of elements from the previous logos. We have the tower on the top. We have the centralized cross, and then also, as you can see down at the bottom, the tower narrows to a point down here which looks like a shield, which reminds us of the shield of faith and also of the first logo of Christ Church, which was the shield. We have a centralized cross in the middle, which emphasizes our ministry of the gospel, and you can't see it necessarily well on the video, but we'll be emailing you copies so you can see it on your own. But the color of the logo is green. And green is the liturgical color for ordinary time. So there's some theological significance to that. During ordinary time, it's not as emotionally heavy and intense as some of the other church seasons like Lent or Advent. It emphasizes Christ's ministry in his life, in his ministry where he ministered to people in ordinary and extraordinary ways, his common ministry to the people that he interacted with. What we reflect on during ordinary time is Christ at work among the people, which then allows us to reflect on Christ at work in us and with us. During ordinary time, it's a fantastic opportunity for us to reflect on how Jesus is with us in our ordinary lives and how every single day we have the opportunity to commune with him. So that's what ordinary time is about. And again, the color green is an emphasis of that. So I hope that you are encouraged by that. And every time you see this logo, you remember the simple truth that God is with you in your everyday lives. So that's our new logo. We pray that you are encouraged by it, and we pray that it's a useful tool for us to continue reaching out to the Northern Virginia community with the gospel. So brothers and sisters, those are the ministry updates for this week. If you've got questions, please get in touch with us. Please do keep in touch with us. We would love to hear how you're doing. We'd love to know how to pray for you. So keep in touch this week. Be blessed this weekend and rest well. God bless you.